Good afternoon, guys. Today I am working on this 07 Silverado. It's making some valve train noise, mostly on the driver's side here. So basically the guy wants me to do new lifters, basically everything up top, and a stage 1 camshaft. So everything there that I have, I'm going to be basically rebuilding the whole top end of this engine. And yeah, let's get started. It's going to be a lot of time lapse, so just prepared for that. But yeah, let's get started. Basically, to get down to the engine and be able to get the heads off and the camshaft out, I'm going to have to drain the coolant because I'm going to have to take out the radiator. I'm going to take off all of this, accessories, everything. I need to get down to the engine and start taking off the heads, and I have to pull the water pump, get behind there. Well, things would go a lot smoother if this thing wasn't blistering hot, but we're getting it done here. Look at what I just found. That AC pulley where you're supposed to put the ratchet on there and loosen to get the belt off, it's completely snapped off. So that's going to be fun trying to figure that out. But right now I'm working on this, the accessory bracket there. I need to get the bolts off the power steering pump to completely loosen that up. And yeah, then I can get the water pump off, figure out the AC pulley, or the AC belt rather. And then I can start taking apart the top end. And yeah, we're just chugging along here. All right, guys. Back to the time lapse. I guess Tucson, Arizona is just skipping spring and it's getting into summer. Camera just yelled at me for being too hot, so I'm going to put you guys back inside the house and I'm going to continue working on this thing. I'll report back once I get some more work done. Good morning, guys. It's a new day. Where I left off yesterday, the camera kind of overheated, so I just put it away and I continued working. So this is where I'm at. All the accessory brackets just down here, which is fine. And now I can get the head off. Basically everything up front's out of the way. I got that belt off. I basically just pressed down on the tensioner with the pry bar and then took the belt off. Yeah. Right now I'm gonna get the intake off and start taking off the cylinder heads. While I was doing all this and later last night, I realized we are missing a part. I kind of overlooked this when we were getting all these parts. So basically this is a Gen 4 truck, right? It's a Gen 4 4.8, and I asked the guy if it was stock. He doesn't know. I'm assuming it's stock. The Gen 4 engines, the camshaft has one big bolt on it that goes through. It doesn't have the 3 bolts like the Gen 3. When you go aftermarket cam, they come 3 bolt. Basically, it's based off the Gen 3 engine. So, I had to have the guy order the correct cam gear. As you can see right there, the 3 little bolts. Packaging. Anyways, so more parts are coming. Water pump needs to be replaced. It's the bearing's a little noisy, so we're replacing that too. But right now I'm just going to take off the cylinder heads, get the lifters out, do all that, and then I'm going to get started on taking out the camshaft. Alright guys, got the intake manifold off. Now I'm going to just take the coil packs off. Gonna have to do the exhaust manifolds. Hopefully none of the studs break. I lubricated them. I sprayed some lubricant on them last night, so hopefully that's soaked in there, and those will come off with ease. And yeah, just keep on moving along. So luckily none of the exhaust bolts broke, which is a great thing because usually those can be a pain. But now there's no real way to push the headers out of the way without disconnecting them from the bottom, because they're completely straight pipe down there. So I'm going to have to disconnect it from the bottom and then completely remove the headers, or exhaust manifolds rather. And then we should be able to start taking off the heads. Got to take off the whatever this thing's called. I'm having a brain fart. Either way, got to take that off, and then yeah, we're getting there. All right, guys, I loosened the manifolds down on the bottom on the exhaust, and that gave me enough wiggle room to push the manifolds away from the heads. Now that those are out of the way, I can get these heads off. I'm just going to take the valve covers off, take the rockers out, and then I can unbolt them. And then once they're completely out, I'm going to clean them up and put new springs in them, because we got new springs with the camshaft kit. And then look at the lifters and the push rods and everything, and yeah, we're getting there. Then we get these heads off, and then we can look at them. Alright guys, got the head off, got all the lifters out, and I'm pretty sure I found the lifter that was making all the noise. It is this one here, which would be the exhaust valve towards the back. I don't know if you can hear it, but here's the good one. You're rolling that around, you don't hear anything. That one's making all kinds of racket. So we found the bad lifter. I still have the other side to take apart, and we might find more, but this is the side that was making all the noise. So we solved that problem. I just need to get the other side off, and yeah, get started on cleaning up the heads and reinstalling them, put in the camshaft. Yeah, let's get back to work. Good morning guys, it's another day in this project of working on this Silverado. Where I left off yesterday, I pulled the passenger side out. Everything seems fine on that. Like I said earlier, that the ticking noise was on the driver's side, so that was definitely the culprit. Yeah, today I'm going to continue tearing apart this engine. I need to get the camshaft out. In order to do that, got to pull the radiator out because that's just not enough room. Even though it looks like a lot of room, it's not. So I got to pull the fans, pull the radiator, then I could get started on taking the cam out. Just got to pull the crank pulley off, then the cover, and we have more parts coming, as I'll show you later in the video. If this is a stock cam, it's going to be the 1 bolt. We got a conversion gear for that coming. But yeah, let's get to work. Alright, got the radiator out. I'm sure that is enough room to pull the cam, but I loosened the AC condenser here just to give me a little more room. I used a old 5.3 cam I had laying around from the Frankenstein engine. Don't mind me just banging it up, but if I just move this forward a little bit, I can pull it all the way out. So we're good there. Now I can start pulling apart the front timing cover and get that camshaft out. Alright guys, got this thing at top dead center. As you can tell, you've got that little dot right there, or notch on the camshaft gear. And it's hard to tell, but this little tooth right here, there's a dot on that. Got those lined up, so it's at top dead center. And now I'm going to pull off the cam gear. As you can tell, that is a stock Gen 4 cam. It has the one big bolt instead of the three. Anyways, let's get this cam out and then get on to other things. Alright guys, got the camshaft out. I'm going to show you guys that here in a minute. But I don't know if you noticed, this little piece here broke off the timing chain tensioner. I know the kit that he got coming with the gear has a fixed, I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically just another type of guide that LS's use, and it looks like this one I had laying around. What I'm gonna do is try to get the tensioner assembly off and see if that will fit. I'm gonna try to take it off without taking off the oil pump, because that is a whole other ordeal I don't want to mess with. But from the looks of it, I'm gonna have to pull the oil pump. We'll see. I'm gonna try to take that off and then put the one I have, because I already have the bolts and everything for that. Put that on, and yeah, let's see what happens. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to pull the oil pump. Just get that tensioner off. You know, I don't know why GM decided to use so many different styles with timing chains. Gen 3s didn't have anything, no tensioners, nothing, as far as I've seen. Some of them have that little block that I just showed you, and some have this tensioner nonsense. So I'm going to pull that out, and yeah, since I already have you on the camera, I'm going to show you the camshaft right quick. Here's the cam, the stock cam. It's definitely worn out. Right here, there's a little chunk missing. This thing definitely has some miles on it. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on pulling that apart, and then I might call it for today, because this has turned out to be a little more work than anticipated, and I need to get to work. So I'm gonna get started on that oil pump and go from there. Second thought, I'm not gonna get into that today, because where the oil pickup is on the pump, I can't get to it unless I drop the oil pan, at least just a little bit. So right now I'm going to start getting the top end back together. I'm gonna put in the new cam. I inspected the bearings with the little, whatever it's called, the little camera, and yeah, put the lifters in. I'm gonna clean up all the surfaces first for the head gaskets, and then put the lifters in, and then I'm gonna clean up the heads. I have new valve springs to put in those, and yeah, let's get back to work, huh? All right, guys, another new day, but this is where I'm at. I did some work off camera right now. I put the cam in, got the lifters installed, torqued down the lifter trays, cleaned up all the surfaces right here on the heads. I went ahead and put the new springs on. new seals, everything. So these are all good to go. As you can tell, that's all brand new stuff. So yeah, now I'm gonna put the head gaskets on and put the heads on and start torquing. Alright guys, got the cylinder heads all torqued down. I went ahead and got the exhaust manifolds on off camera. Got the steam ports on. I just put those on, put new gaskets and all that on that. Now I can put the intake manifold back on, torque that down, and finish up tying up the exhaust on the bottom. And once all that's done, I'm pretty much just waiting on parts for this front end here. Gonna have to drop the oil pan and get the oil pickup tube off, pull the oil pump so I can get this tensioner out of the way. I did some research. People just throw those tensioners away, and they always go with the LS2 style chain damper. Apparently, you know, this isn't the only chain tensioner that's broken. A lot of people have these issues, especially on the LS3s, and they always go back to the chain damper. So I'm going to take that out, put that on, but still waiting on parts. So let's get this intake manifold back on and yeah, go from there, see if there's anything else I can do today. Alright guys, I got the intake manifold all torqued down, got everything connected. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to drop the oil pan so I get that oil pump off, and then take off that ridiculous tensioner that broke on me. Yeah, I'm just going to do that right now, get that over with, and then once that is done, I'll be waiting for the parts to come in. The guys said they will be here tomorrow. So, yeah, let's get to work. Alright, I got this lovely little tensioner off. like I said, I'm going to just replace it with the chain damper. I guess it's LS2 style, whatever the case. People go with these compared to the tensioner that they just break and pieces could fall in your oil pan and yeah, get sucked up. So we're gonna go with that instead of the tensioner. I dropped down the oil pan right now, got all this apart. Yeah, now we're just moving along here. All right guys, another new day. Now I got parts to finish this truck. He just dropped off the cam gear with bolts and the damper. I had a spare damper, so I already installed that. Got a new water pump. Yeah, I'm putting the cam retainer plate in right now. There's the new damper. Yeah, let's get to work. I plan on finishing this thing today, so. Alright guys, got the cam gear on. That thing had some ARP bolts. Went ahead, followed the instructions on that. Yeah. Now we're just getting back together. I need to get the timing cover back on. And it's just reassembly now. I'm going to throw the push rods in, and then I'll put the rockers on and get that all tightened up as well. Yeah, we're getting there. Like I said, the plan is to get this done today, so let's get back to work. Alright guys, I've really been busting through this. Like I said, my plan was to get it done today. And as you can tell, it is, it's pretty much together. There's one thing left I have to put on, and that is the harmonic balancer down here. I guess I misplaced my tool. So I'm gonna go get one from O'Reilly's right quick and get that installed. Then I'll put on the belts. and then we could hear this thing run. I might have to tune it, but it'll run. All right, guys, belt's on, the crank pulley's on there, everything, it's filled with oil. I need to add more coolant, but we can see if this thing will start without me messing with the tune. So I'm gonna hand the camera off to my dad there.
Hey guys, how's it going today? Bobby's just put a lot of work into this thing. Let's see if it'll start up.
Ready?
Yep. I think I hear a running motor.
I don't hear any weird noises either. Besides that lifter tick in the beginning, but there hasn't been oil in those for a few days, so yeah.
Sounds real good. There you go.
Alright guys, I'm still gonna mess with the tune a little bit, but she runs. So I'm gonna go get my laptop and hook up to it, and then I don't think I have to do too much to it, but I'll do some little things that he wants done to this. So I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so I'm reading the tune, or the truck right now, and right now I'm just gonna edit the tune, up the idle a little bit, up the idle air a little bit to compensate for the camshaft. And there's a few other things that he wants me to do to this. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with this truck, and yeah, I'll give it back to the customer. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.